So what we do is then we begin to compare ourselves. So we'll see someone else who may be struggling in a particular area that we thrive in. So we'll look at their struggle and say, man, I'm glad I don't have it bad like them. I'm glad I'm not down like them in that area. And then we hold them to our standard, to our level of achievement. And that's another style of deception, because what you think is that you are killing it and they are failing or dropping the ball, and you're holding them to your standard and not God's standard. And that's the unfortunate part that people are crushed under, because they then see you as a standard because you're upholding yourself as a standard, and the whole thing falls apart. But really, we should be expanding the law, seeing the law as big as it is, and judging ourselves based upon it, right? And God says, be ye perfect. Jesus says, be perfect like my Father in heaven. That's the standard. James says, if you break one law, you've broken them all. You are guilty of every other law. It's as if you committed all of them when you broke one. That's the standard we should all judge ourselves by. And when we do that, the law kills, it crushes us in that way. As we see God's good standard for humanity and we realize, man, I can't keep it, then that should, by the Spirit of God, provide humility in our hearts. And we should no longer look at other people who have different struggles and different temptations and are in different places in their spiritual journey and judge them up against ourselves. Nor should they do the same with us, as if any one of us, though we may thrive in our gifts and our talents, we may be being used by God to serve humanity in all these cool and creative ways. They should never look at us as the standard and then compare themselves to us and think, I wish I was like him or her, in terms of righteousness before God, because all of us fall short. All of us are falling way beneath God's intentions for us. And it's only by grace through faith that we are saved, that we are justified. And that's the important thing to remember here.